Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Sunday. Andy Nichols from Two Legs here for the Sunday live show with the Sunday family. Happy to be back again after a 1 week absence. Last weekend, we were away, so I had to take a pause on the live show, but good to be back here on a Sunday, heaven on a Sunday, as the man sings. And as you can't tell, it's all about flaming pie from our recent upload over the weekend, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. Say good morning and hello to everybody that checked in early. David, please, we'll get to that. Hello, Brad. Good morning. Hello, MVP. Yeah, definitely box cutters. Yes. And we do have a long holiday weekend or bank holiday weekend. And our friends in the UK too. Hello, Lynn. Good morning. Tomas. Good morning, brother. And to James as well. I know he has, I think, one of his last gigs, at a gig. I saw his post on Instagram. Mr. Martinez, Jeffrey, Ted, our buddy, Beatle Eddie, Susan. Oh, yeah. Hello, Susan. Hello, Mike. Beatley Tone, my musical brother from another mother across the water. And the hand on the run, my other partner. What do we have to help you for? Is he rushing off to buy something else? Have we been bad influencers, Kim? I don't know. Mr. Boyce. Yeah. They lost last week. Last Sunday, I know they lost. We had gone down to the pub to watch it, and they had lost last week, but they were still in good shape. A buddy of mine's a Chelsea fan. Another buddy is a QPR fan, and I have to hear all about how he can't stand Liverpool, so we don't like that. He's a good bloke. Christopher Talbot from Sowery Bridge, UK. To me, that sounds like it's down south. Am I right? It sounds like you're down south. Hello, Jimmy. Good morning. And good afternoon to you as well. It's a bank holiday in the UK as well, which Tony told me about that the other night. Didn't realize they had a bank holiday, which lines up with our long holiday here, which is just a holiday celebrating spring, as I understood that. Oh, typo hell. Well, I know you could use the help anyway, Kim. West Yorkshire. Okay. Watching some classic Who from the Isle of Wight, 1970. Great performance, that. Good performance from the Isle of Wight. Got my Who tickets for the summer. Prudential Center in Newark on the 19th of August and Madison Square Garden with MVP and my dad from the 17th row on the left side. So went all in for one of the lower VIP packages, but really exciting. What a way to end the summer too, right? The summer's just kicking off now. It's Memorial Day weekend. From Aberdeen. Hello, Neil. Good morning. Liverpool's won the league a few weeks. Okay, they're pointless. Okay, thought so. Hello, Christian. So happy to see everybody here on Sunday, the usual Sunday fam. And I hope Nick can make it because I've got something special queued up here for the end of the show to do a little live trivia. Liverpool's losing again today. What about West Ham, Tony? Are they playing today? Yeah, Zach's permanently out now. What a mishandled thing there. If they, that's a bummer. Hello, Jack. We're going to get to it. We've got a rundown. We've got McCartney news. McCartney's been in the New York area a lot this week. The last couple of weeks, he was at his grandson's graduation at NYU, which I'm sure you saw that. There was a video that kind of gone a little viral. He was walking to dinner and a fan was kind of bothering him, which you don't do that. Listen, even if I had the opportunity, you got to play it cool, man. You say hello, the man's going into dinner, and you're on video talking to him. Can I get a picture? You don't do that. You don't do that, man. Yeah, I don't know if anybody saw that video. I think it was shared on our Discord. The guy, as the MVP said, hello, somebody recorded you on video with him. You don't need a pic. You're on video with him. Come on. I know you get caught up in the moment, but you got to know how to play it cool. You got to be like my dad saw John Lennon in the early 70s. Thanks for the music. Peace sign. Walked right past him. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. The Happy Hammer is playing today. Okay. So before we get into the agenda here for the Sunday live show, hopefully Paul will be. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun, Mr. Liverani? And we'll get to that too. Yes, we will. While most Americans use this weekend to have an excuse to have barbecues and parties and drink and eat their asses off, I think many lose sight of the actual reason why we have a long weekend. And I would like to thank all our men and servicewomen who have served and died for our country here in America on this Memorial Day weekend. Too many people forget that. So thank you to my dad as well, who's obviously still with us for his serving, but everybody who has passed, family, friends, men and women alike, thank you for your service, and I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you've done for our great country. Now, moving ahead, there was also a picture of Macca. He had seen a performance of Glenn Ross, too, I think with one of the actors of the show. There was a selfie there, too. So, yeah, Macca's been a lot. He's been in the area quite a bit. So we know he has his house on Long Island. And it's summertime, so why not? Yeah, maybe a little encore with Ringo at Radio City next month. 1 year later now, because we know that Ringo canceled last year. So that'll be here before you know it. Less than a month, gang. Less than a month. That'll be exciting. And really, I had this kind of rejigged in my order of what I wanted to go over. But the concerts last weekend, we didn't go live because we were away. I had seen two Yes related shows. A good friend of mine, his name is Joe Cass, and he's a drummer for the Yes tribute band Total Mass Retain, which is a New York, New Jersey area tribute band. And they played at Daryl's house up in Pauling, New York, which is a great little venue in the middle of nowhere. And we have been there twice to see him, and we went again. And that was on the Friday. And then on Sunday, we saw the man himself, John Anderson of Yes, play back in here in New Jersey, and did a great set list on Sunday night with Close to the Edge and all the Yes epics. It was fantastic. 80 years old and still has the pipes. And I know Jeremy Porteralla had seen them recently as well, and I know he enjoyed it too. And John just does not disappoint. Owner of Lonely Heart, even for the big hit that people wanted to hear, which was still so good. And now moving forward, we've got Fab Four coming back to the area. They're doing Hard Day's Night and Abbey Road in its entirety. They're doing 2 area shows, of which we'll be going to as well. And they're actually right behind Ringo. You've got Fab Four and then Ringo the next day. And then a few weeks later, they're playing up again near our friend Janet Davis's territory in the Capitol Theater in Port Chester. So it'd be good to see those guys again do 2 albums back to back. Really, really good stuff. Yeah. Also, Macca news this week. The third of the 4th round of the SHM CDs are on their way. They should. So I think Susan got hers already. I think she posted on Discord. So have you played them yet? Mine haven't arrived yet. They've been shipped, but I don't know when they're coming. So that'll be a nice addition to the stack of the other stack we have here of the SHMs that we've got here. 3 of 4. What do we think is coming next in all of them? Looking forward to it. As you can see above my shoulder here, after the unboxing, we did find a spot for the tombstone with the MVP's help. Beggars can't be choosers. The space was getting limited. We had to go vertical. So I had a couple of pictures there that we kind of repurposed, but just had to get it up in view, and it kind of works. I think I'm about out of room in this room, unless we do a total changeover and take things down. But I think this room is totally set, done. I don't think I can squeeze anything else into it anymore. Maybe something above my head, maybe, but that would ruin. That back shelf since the fest has totally been revamped, and I think the room now, Bowery, all the best, all the box sets, the crate, the Egypt Station suitcases, of which there's still 2. There's one over there. Got off the ground up here now. We are jam-packed here in the home studio here of 2 Legs East. Oh, yeah. But if anybody else got those, I think, yeah, let me know. John was wonderful. Hits the high notes awesomely. And TMR always kills it. Always does. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Tony, and thank you, MVP. Personal feelings aside, see these classic rockers when you can or want. They're falling by the wayside due to health and age. Truer words were never said. Owen Ling, salut. Beatle Eddie is going to see Paul Simon on June 18th, Paul's birthday, which a friend of mine told me that Paul Simon is playing the late, great Johnny Ace on this small tour. I don't know if I have any desire to see Paul Simon, though, right now. I mean, I enjoy Simon and Garfunkel, but I don't think I'd go to see him. Maybe spur of the moment type thing. You haven't played them yet, but you got them. Okay. So I wonder what else is coming after. You've got McCartney 2, Tug of War, Pipes of Peace, Choba, and Flowers in the Dirt. Flowers in the Dirt coming. So after that, we should see. But if you haven't checked out our video that we posted over the weekend, had a lot of fun unboxing that Tombstone. And surprisingly, the From Liverpool box set. Love it. You got them. This is my partner there from Two Legs, Mr. Hunyadi. He got his yesterday. Weird with this. Some people got them. I mean, I got a shipping notification, but that's it. No estimate, no anything. I got the email from McCartney.com, but I guess it all depends on where you live from the distribution center. Very cool. Maybe the next round will be, obviously, we're thinking London Town, Back to the Egg, and then Broad Street and Press to Play. Well, yeah. Isn't that a bit obvious? Yeah, my buddy's been down for the count. He's been sick, so I hope you're feeling better there, Thomas. That sucks. Yeah, Billy Joel had to cancel all of his shows for a brain thing. Some kind of brain tumor or brain cancer. Ugh. Sad. Sad. Yeah. Yeah, so once my partner's better, we'll have another episode recorded, probably in the next, week or so, posted. I never realized that until now, and I teach at a university. Ho, ho, ho. Come on, Owen. 2 legs, 2 people. Yes, and in our family chat there, I noticed that there was one more Flaming Pie Uber set on Discogs for about what I paid for it, a little bit more. Magically, after I got it, it went. And if you know our little posse, you can probably guess who bought it. She called me the devil incarnate because she watched the video and she just had to go get it. Oh, I tipped my hand. You feel better, buddy. Take good stuff. Yeah. On Hands Across the Water news, we dropped our 4th episode this past week, which was a lot of fun. We did a show ranking the best John material from 63 and 64 and had a good conversation to whittle it down and do it like in an NFL draft style of like a lottery pick of songs to get a 15-song playlist, 5 of mine. So we all had about, 7 or 8 that we whittled in to all of them to make one playlist, which was a lot of fun. That's over on Hands Across the Water, and we're doing another show recording this week as well too. So stay tuned for that. Teenage girls went crazy for Paul Mescal at Cannes. So, well, yeah. Then the movies, I'm not too big on. I'll wait for them when they're here. Yeah, down for the count. I get it. Our resident hot taker Jeff Slate did a performance last week up near Janet at a library, which was a nice small intimate gig. Had a good set list as well. After we had just seen him just 2 weeks prior. This is his solo album, which I have to still play. He played one song from it, which was good. So the master of the hot takes. I don't know who wins that more, Owen Ling or Jeff Slate or Kyle Hand. I don't know. They all have hot takes. Oh, lordy. But yes, I need to invest in a box cutter because that scissor debacle was just a debacle. I don't know. I just don't like them. To me, they're dangerous. I don't like them. I don't. That's why I don't own one. But for the purposes of unboxing, I have to get one. And I think Tom too has one. When I first visited him, in Phoenix. He showed me he had like a little penknife thing to open up vinyl, which I have to get one of them too. I don't know. I just get dangerous near with that. I don't want to cut anything, namely myself. Yeah, but summer's upon us. He is. Well, I'm glad you asked that, Mr. Liverani. No news yet on Jeff Britton. If I have no news to report, but if I had to guess right now, I would say probably not. Probably not. No, not into that. Not a big Tom Cruise fan. Not really into the whole Mission Impossibles. No, did not. What else is cooking out there, peeps? What's the collecting? What's the collectors and you all getting? It's very quiet right now. All quiet on the Western Front. Anthology. Oh, did you also notice too? Now Tony and I kind of debated about this. Me, myself, and Nick Syrett thought that we saw this little Rubber Soul 4-picture social media post, and then them talking about the album as like, ooh, that could be coming. But then I thought about it, and Tony and Kyle were a bit right, saying, you know what, the Beatles socials post random stuff all the time. So we might have jumped the gun a little bit on that, but it's still nice to dream and think to go back and get Rubber Soul this year. The Indy 500 start is in about 40 minutes. All right. Enjoy. Oh, I meant to. Yes. Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy is 50 years old this week. Wow. Incredible. Great record. Beyond Someone Saved My Life Tonight, I think Bitter Fingers is one of my favorite deep Elton cuts of all time. You can study that artwork, and our friend Tony just got a copy of the LP a few weeks ago on one of his most recent videos. I know that in the George camp, we know we're getting Let It Roll, but if you watch Tony's video, I'll wait till that thing is half off before I get it. Just to have a digital source on vinyl. Tower of Babel, great track. Writing, We All Fall in Love Sometimes. Curtains, all good tracks. The George thing. And that's going to kind of be a focal point of the next Hands Across the Water. Our next episode is going to be what we think Let It Roll should actually consist of, since we know that there is no real, true George one encompassing compilation, which we know Kyle doesn't like compilations, but we'll kick it around and come up what we think it should be. Now, that best of George Harrison slap in the face to him, half the record being Beatle material. And Tony was right. The U.S. cover of it is awful. Awful. It's actually one of the first George CDs I ever owned. Well, I got as a birthday or Christmas gift, and I was like, half of these are Beatles songs? What? Yeah. Susan says, all quiet on the copyright front. The next 3 songs will revert in June. Thank you. And I know that Brad, our resident NBA expert, and it's tough times here for these New York Knicks, down 2-0 to the Indiana Pacers. Not cool. They blew that freaking first game, man. Bad. Game 3 is tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We'll see. David says, I'm all in about the Lennon box in the fall in the honor of his 85th. Well, we know that's going to be the 1-to-1 now. Ooh, speaking of half off, Jeffrey got the 2 LP orange vinyl from Target for $10.49 on clearance. Of what? Is that Material World? Hello, Ollie. Let It Roll is supposed to be a 2 CD set, but EMI said nada. Of course, compilations are a good starting point. It's the entry point for a lot of people. The Best of Dark Horse, I still maintain, is the best one that's out there, because you've got 3 tracks on it that weren't elsewhere. But it's still not everything. It's the best of the Dark Horse years, to 76 to 89. You just wonder why in 76 EMI felt they couldn't give George more songs to fill out a compilation. They didn't want to delve too much from All Things Must Pass or pull anything from The Concert of Bangladesh. They easily could have done that. They really could have. That's a big blunder out there, especially when John and Ringo had their own compilations the year prior. Oh, U2. Oh, I missed that. The U2. Okay, got it. Yeah, you discover, thanks to Susan, has a 30% discount. So if you're tempted to get your collecting fingers out there, mine or not, these hands have been on fire with getting things, so they're going to get cooled off. Done for now. Got to cool it. Got a lot of things going on, places to go, and we've got to budget responsibly. Georgia's star was definitely on the decline by 76. It might explain it. I disagree with that. If anything, it was on the uprise with the bounce back album, 33 and a third. And he was trying to go more pop and do television appearances. I mean, comparing to what All Things Must Pass, I know what you're saying, if you're going to come down. But I think bouncing back after Dark Horse and Extra Texture, he had a little bit of an uptick. Yeah, but that Best of George Harrison is a good listen. Better than a lot of actual George's actual releases, in my opinion. Anybody see last week where Wings of Pegasus did a video on how they auto-tuned? I saw that video, but I didn't watch it yet, of course. Paul Simon's June. Okay, cool. Ali says there's a good compilation to be made on the alternative mixes and the unreleased tracks, George. The extended, yeah, Save the World. That's the way it goes. Ooh. The only thing we can say about the Best of George Harrison is that the only album you can get the studio. That's about it, Tony. You can get Bangladesh on an album and not on a single, but the only worthy thing of owning it. Interesting. So I've got a little fun thing planned today, and I'd like maybe one of my co-hosts on either show to maybe pop up if they can to help me with it. Either if it's either Kyle or Tony or Tom. I'm going to extend an invite to you, three gentlemen. I busted out. Anybody have this? Haven't played this in years. I won this at a fest probably, 16 years ago. Beatles Trivial Pursuit. Okay. Mr. Frangione, I remember before we were friends. I remember him giving it to me. Fun game. Good trivia. So we're not going to play the game with the pieces in that, but we've got trivia questions all here in categories. So I've got a little bit of a fun thing where I'm going to plan up and do a little screen share where we spin the wheel. We pick a random category and we'll keep score. Okay. If you are a subscriber of Two Legs, but you're not on the Patreon, how about this? The winner of today's trivia will get a complimentary link access to join our Discord community. How about that? So some of you on here are already in there. But today, well, I don't know. And we'll see how it goes. 10 questions, 15 questions. If Tony or Kyle or Tom want to pop on and help facilitate to keep track. I've got two screens to share. Some are easy, some are hard. But I think it would be a fun little wrinkle to do for the Sunday live shows. Have a little trivia thing and bust these things out. Because what my dad and I would do, or we'd kick around the family, we would just sit, not even get the pieces out. We would just sit and have a drink and ask ourselves the questions and just keep a tally. That's kind of what I want to do here too. So Tom, Kyle, or Tony, if you're willing to come on and help me moderate this trivia show, please let me know and I'll send you the link. Lynn, I had a Beatles trivia game, but the questions were really hard. And these, granted too, these might be a little outdated right now because the game is probably 15 years old, but we'll go with it. I bought the Best of George Harrison to get Bangladesh the song, which is okay. It's not great. Tony Ken. Okay, great. I will send you the link, buddy. Thank you very much. Did he? Oh, I think Bruce supplied the questions. That makes sense. Our friend Bruce Spicer. Yeah, August Fest will be here before you know it, with my buddy Tony coming there and Kyle. As we wait, a pending maybe fall Macator. We don't know, but we have to wait and see. Nothing's announced yet, but you all did see that the NFL kind of let it slip. And we talked about that when on one of our last episodes. The NFL exec let it slip that McCartney's playing NFL stadiums. So we just don't know when and where. So a tour is definitely happening because that man let it slip, but we just don't know where and when. So stay tuned. Fall 2025 seems like it's going to be a thing. Tony, I'll send it to your email, okay? And it'll come from the Two Legs email. I'll send it to the Beatly Tone email. Stand by. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. Get Tony on there. And then let me show you the categories. Do a little share screen here. Okay. Share screen. Okay. So there you go. We've got movies, solo careers, songs, the Beatles in America, and history. Those are the same categories that you have that are on the game. And they vary in degrees of, they start out very easy to very hard. Now, the very hard might be very easy to some of you. They might be very hard. It all depends on your knowledge. So we'll just spin the wheel, randomly do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Our biggest fan there, Matt. And I understand what he said now, but I still think dismissing those records, even though he listened to them, is a little bit tomfoolery. But again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. He doesn't like that material. That's fine. We happen to love it. And that's our opinion. But don't hate on us because we like it and you don't. That's all I'm saying. I know we made that short saying that, he did listen to it, but we know he did. So I don't retract what I said because we stand by our opinions and what we think about it. Go mobile. Going mobile. Going mobile. Yep. Bruce signed his Trivial Pursuit. Okay. All right. Help us out there. You can cheer us on, and all the best to Mrs. Hand. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just spin the wheel here, randomly do it. Boom, it'll stop on a category. We'll ask it. I've got another doc that keeps track of the right and wrong answers, and we'll go from there. Songs. But I think we should really only ask the really difficult questions, Let's only ask the really, really difficult ones. See if I can change this layout here too a little bit to make it a little bit better, even though we have the screen share once we get Tony on. Hold on. Because I don't need to see all those ads and all that junk. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. We'll get Tony on in here next, and then we'll just spin the wheel and do it that way. Wait for him to come up. So what says the fan? There's 5 categories of difficulty. Just do like the top difficulty one here. I mean, because like the first one on this card I just grabbed randomly, songs. Who sang lead on She Came In Through the Bathroom Window? Come on, my 7-year-old nephew can answer that question. I think we should ask only the really tough ones. That's just my opinion. And there is my musical brother across the water. Let's in the backstage. Let's add him now. Hello, Tony.
Hello, brother. How you doing? How you doing?
Thanks for the impromptu availability to be here today.
Oh no worries. We were watching anyway, so
okay. All the best. It's all balls, as you say. Oh. All right, so we're saying tough only. You think just only ask the toughest questions, yeah, Tony?
Yeah. We've got a crowd full of experts, haven't we?
We do. We really do. MVP says, Kyle, if you're embarrassed, I don't have a shot at any of these questions, especially if Andy's going with the hard questions. All right. Well, I want to see if I can bring up that the randomizer to get the categories going and still have a screen share. Let's just do this the right way. Hold on to get us both in there. I guess we could do this for a little while and then we'll just go with it. Okay. So let's reset the wheel here. Okay. Virtual Vanna White, spin the wheel. All right. Songs. All right. So I'm going to pick a new card and we're going to go with songs for the first question. All right. Ooh. Who was the British publisher of George's Only a Northern Song? They're saying that's the hard one. What do we say here? Who was the British publisher of George's Only a Northern Song? Do you know, Tony?
Yeah.
We'll give everybody about 20 seconds to answer, and we'll move on. A bit obvious, this, I think. Lynn says that's hard for us normal people. That advert is making me hungry. Sorry, it's McDonald's, I know. Andrea got it right. Northern songs. Very good, Andrea. It's only a northern song. Bit obvious, but that was the most difficult one. See, that could be hit or miss, some of these,
Yeah. So what do you want me to do? Do you want me to keep count of who's scoring, or?
Yeah, please. Could you do that of who got who got right and things like that, Tony? That would be
sure.
That would be a big help. Yeah. Okay. Next category is gonna be history. Okay. History. Northern. Susan got it right as well. Okay.
So does Susan gets a point as well, or is
yes,
it's just not just the first person to get it?
Yeah. Anybody who gets it right, and we'll just tally it all up when we're done at the end of the show.
Okay.
That's all. Okay. For history, what non-music job was handed over to the future Beatles at the Jacaranda Coffee Bar?
Oh, I know that.
I'll read it again. What non-music job was handed over to the future Beatles at the Jacaranda Coffee Bar? And Tony just went there.
That's why I know it. That's it. That's why I know it. Yeah, because
let's give everybody.
We went there in December.
Yeah. Saw a post recently this past week that Yay Crack is closing. Is that true?
I don't know. I hadn't heard that.
I saw a post about Yay Crack was closing. All right, we've got two right answers. Write them down there, Tony. We got Brad. The answer is painting. Tom Liverani got it, and Brad Hill got it. And Mrs. Beatley Tone got it, but that's a bit, if you want to give her a point, give her a point.
Okay.
And we're just gonna tally whoever gets the most right, whoever has the most right when we wrap it up. That'll be deemed the winner for the show. It's just keeping tally. So the answer, according to this, is painting, which you both said, and discovering the women's lavatory. Did not know that. Let's spin her again. What do we got? Solo. All right. One of our favorite categories here on Two Legs and Hands Across the Water, of course. The solo. Always. All right. Just going to pick it at random here, like a deck of cards, okay? Just going to shuffle. Going to randomly pick. Okay. Hold on. Okay. This is again, we're going the most difficult. What instrumental track from Paul's first album was used in the soundtrack for the film Jerry Maguire? I knew this one. What instrumental track from the first Paul solo album, McCartney, was used for the film Jerry Maguire in the soundtrack? Actually, two songs from that album are in there. Close, Christopher, but no cigar. Instrumental track. Nope. These are so close. No. Bingo. Susan got it. Mama Miss America. Susan wins. Mama Miss Instrumental track. Sing Along Junk was used in there. Yeah. Now, Sing Along Junk is also a right answer, but on the card, it only says Mama Miss America. Probably can't see it, but yeah, it only says Mama Miss America, but Sing Along Junk was also in that movie. So give Tom Liverani and Mike Waljasper points because we know that that's in there.
Okay.
We're going to give them points as well, too. So anybody got two yet?
Yes, Susan Gagney's got two.
Susan got two. All right. And again, another Tom Cruise movie. Are you into those movies, any of that, Mission Impossible and Tom Cruise and all that? Do you like any of that stuff, Tony?
I saw the first one. I mean, Tom Cruise made some good movies, but I think I saw the first couple Mission Impossible ones, but I haven't really bothered with any since then. I don't think.
No. And on we go. Let's see what we got. History. Back to the yellow card. Oh, I've just been yellow carded. No, not really. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I wouldn't have a hope in hell with this one. Ooh, here we go. What female French singer shared the bill with the Beatles for 3 weeks in France in January of 1964? Ooh. I've never even heard of this person. Somebody gets this right. And listen, you can Google it, but We'd like you to play the spirit of the game here.
Yeah.
Nope.
Don't Google it. No Googling. No Googling.
ChatGPT or Googling it. Come on.
I don't know the answer to this, but I could guess at it. But
No. Nope. Susan got it. Susan got it again. Sylvia Vartan. On the card it says Sylvie Vartan. But it's interesting when you look at the category of the questions, right? They're all associated with the same thing. So like the questions on this card all have to do with the Beatles, and their Paris connections around the same time. So what hotel did they stay at? What French venue did they play at? So that's how each card has all the questions are kind of interconnected, but based on difficulty from easiest to most difficult. All right, Susan. Susan's out as the early front runner on here. And if she wins, she doesn't win anything because she's already in the Discord. Movies. We have not had a movie question. Here we go. This might be some difficult ones here. Movies. Okay. All right. Okay. In the film Magical Mystery Tour, an instrumental of what Beatles song enables Mr. Bloodvessel to express his love for Ringo's aunt? Wouldn't have known this either.
Mm-hmm.
You, Tony?
No, I can't remember.
Because, how many times have you really watched Magical Mystery Tour?
Yeah, probably about twice.
We have a right answer. Mark. Mark is right with All My Lovin'. Mark, M-A-R-C.
And Christopher.
And Christopher Talbot and Jeff. So Chris Talbot, Mark, and Jeff all get a point for the right answer of All My Lovin'. Brad had said Flying, good guess. And Mike said, well, A Hard Day's Night, which is not correct. So a point each for those three. We'll give another second to see when they get it right, but I think we can move on because we've got our answers. Moving on. Okay. Ooh, Beatles in America. Haven't done this one yet either. Here we go. Okay. Oh, this is an easy one, I think, but we'll see. What New York DJ briefly played She Loves You in September of 1963 before giving up on the record?
Ooh. That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, got a hello there from Laurent.
Hi, Laurent.
What New York DJ briefly played She Loves You in September of 63 before giving up on the record? We have a winner. Murray the K. Chris Talbot gets a point with Murray the K. I would have said Cousin Brucey too, Andrea. And that's funny. DJ Reed, give him a point too. As well. Murray the K. Which is so funny because he just totally enveloped himself when the Beatles came to America and he was in their hotel room and he just wouldn't give them a moment's peace. And he didn't even like the record when it came out. So a bit of a fraud.
All over him like a rash he was, wasn't he?
Oh my God. And now he played the record and gave up on it. But then when he realized dollar signs were there, he was all about it. I'm the fifth Beatle, baby, with the hat. Yeah. Oh God. Cringe. Cousin Brucey would have been cooler about it because we love Cousin Brucey.
I like Jeff's answer. You seen that?
Oh. Darren DeVivo. Yeah, total attention seeker. Darren DeVivo, our buddy. Yeah, Rash is correct, Tone. Okay. Let's do another round. Okay. Songs. Back to songs for 500. Okay. What was the first Beatles song recorded after 1962 to feature an outside musician other than George Martin? Tough one. Tough question. What was the first Beatles song recorded after 1962 to feature an outside musician other than George Martin? No.
Outside of 62, Jeff.
After 62. After 1962, Jeff. to have an outside music. So the first outside musician to play on a Beatles track other than George Martin after 1962. You can give me the song. You can give me the song. I don't need. They have the musician here, but all you got to do is give me the song.
I think Susan's got it. If I'm correct, is she right? Is she right?
She is not on this round.
She's not. Oh,
she is not right on this round. Susan, I would have said the same thing.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah. Lynn says, if I answered that correctly, you would have known I had cheated. We've got
Lynn,
a winner.
You're too honest, Lynn.
We've got a winner. We've got a winner, though. It's Chris Talbot. You've Got to Hide Your Love Away is the first song to feature other than George Martin on a track. The flute was played by a guy by the name of Johnny Scott.
Ah, okay.
Wow. Mr. Byers. Yes, correct. Give James Byers a point, too. So we got to give a point to James Byers.
James, I can't see.
And Chris Talbot.
James, okay.
He's new to the game now. So is Susan still in the lead with 3? Has anybody tied her?
Yeah, Susan's got 3. Chris Talbot's got 3. Tom Liverani's got 2. And everyone else that's got a point has got 1.
Okay. So neck and neck there between Mr. Talbot and Miss Gagné. Yeah. On we go. So these are tough questions. See?
Yeah, they're not easy, are they?
They are not. Movies again. Okay. I think the movies might be the toughest one because they could pull any kind of historical thing.
Random thing.
Yeah. For the movies, I would not want this card. If we were playing the game proper, I would stay away from the movies category indefinitely.
Yeah.
Okay. That one's too easy. Here we go. Oh, which 2 Beatle movies have scenes of people watching film of the Beatles on a movie screen? Gotta think about that one.
I definitely know one of them.
Which 2 Beatle movies have scenes of people watching film of the Beatles on a movie screen? Gotta think about this one. I didn't know off the top of my head. I did not know this. Yeah, definitely. She's got to go on. She's got to go on Ken Michaels Trivia. See, we'll give people are thinking on this one. Oh, we got a right answer. Yeah. Jeffrey, Magical Mystery Tour and Help. Now, what scenes in those movies?
Well, Help, it's right at the beginning, right at the very beginning where they're throwing darts at the screen.
Right, okay. When Leo McCartney is doing the darts. Okay, so there's that one. What scene in Magical Mystery Tour?
I can't remember. I've only seen it twice.
Right? If you in the comments, well, let's see. So Mike Waljasper gets a point. James Byers gets a point. No, Brad. Andrea D gets a point as well. Tony.
Yeah, I've got that. Yeah.
Okay. Mark says it's during Blue Jay Way. It's been a minute since the Blue Jay Way scene. So they're watching, but what are they watching? Themselves from. They're sitting in the chair watching Blue Jay Way, right? I think that's whatever. John and George are sitting in the chair watching the Blue Jay Way thing. I think that's how I remember it. I think. Yeah, that was a tough one. All right, next. Okay. Beatles. Oh, history. It was history just by a nail. Back to history. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Ooh, tough one, this. And I think our friends over across the pond are going to have the best shot at this one. Or not. Maybe not. You never know. Brad says he was thinking of the TV screen in A Hard Day's Night. Okay. Here we go. Where was the Beatles' first performance for broadcast on BBC Radio recorded? Where was the Beatles' first performance for broadcast on BBC Radio recorded? Wouldn't have known this. Oh, Chris Talbot.
Yeah.
He got it. The Playhouse Theatre in Manchester. 1 point for Chris.
Okay.
Susan gets it right, too. Susan said Manchester as well. We got to give her a point. James Byers says it. He gets a point, too. Manchester House. Well, not the Manchester House. It's the Playhouse Theatre in Manchester. But I think that's close enough of an answer. We can give him a point. Yeah. No, not the Cavern. But, yeah, tough one. There we go. So Susan now, so now Chris and Susan have 4, I
They
think.
do. James Byers got 3.
Okay. Look,
And
James. Yeah, go ahead.
Andrew and Tom Liverani have got 2. So has Mike Walljasper, and so has Jeff. Everyone else has got 1.
Okay. Look at James. James hops onto the show late, and now he's in the game. He's
I know,
in the game.
He doesn't realize that it's a marathon, not a sprint. He's come in and he's gone 3 straight off the bat.
Yep. Okay. Back to history again. All right. Which British newspaper coined the term Beatlemania? Which British newspaper coined the term Beatlemania? Do you know, Tony?
I think I do. I'm not sure, but I think I do. That's
ding, 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 ding. The Daily Mirror.
Yeah, that's what my guess would have been.
No, Susan, not the Echo. Nope. Nope. It is the Daily Mirror. I would have said the Times myself. I knew it wouldn't have been the Echo, but I thought maybe my guess would have been the Times. So now Christopher jumps out to the lead here, 5-4 over Susan. Good guesses though here by all. Okay. Let's keep going. History again. We're stuck on this damn history. Give James Byers a point. He chimed in with Mirror.
Okay.
More UK stuff. What 3 Liverpool clubs with the names I'll say it again. What 3 Liverpool clubs with names beginning with the letter C did the Beatles frequently play in early 1961? 3 clubs. 1 you probably didn't get easily, and even 2. The third one was tough. What 3 clubs that begin with the letter C did the Beatles start playing frequently in 1961 and on? 2 you can get pretty easily. The third one you'd have to think. Let's see. Let's see what people say. That's one. That's one. Can I get a third of a point for the cat? Yeah, you know what? Write her down. Give her a third of a point. Give her a third. Give her a third. Yeah. Oh, and here is the trivia czar himself with the right answer. Hello, Mr. Syret. Yes, the correct answer is the Cavern, the Casbah in West Derby, and the Casanova. And the Casanova. Victor, why didn't you mention the poem? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, you're out. You're out because I can just smell a troll when I see one.
Yeah.
All right.
Nick, come on, this is your show.
This is your thing, man.
Cancel all plans.
I wonder where the Casanova is. James had Cavern and Casbah. The Casanova. I don't know what part of Liverpool that's in, but
no, I can't think of the Casanova. I had the other 2, but I couldn't think of that one.
So I think we've did anybody really get that one right? Nick got it right. Everybody else got only Nick.
I'll give Nick a point.
Okay. Thank you, Nick. Let's see. Let's spin the wheel and get something else here. Hopefully other than history. We're on this history kick. Solo. All right. Back to our own. Back to our old tried and true. Here we go. Okay. Okay. What is the exact songwriting credit that appears on Paul's single "Another Day"? In other words, how is it officially credited?
So who's going to be first to the button? No Googling, remember.
Try not to Google, please. Okay, this one we're going to be a little bit strict on this one because it's written in a certain way. So you can't just say, you've got to say exactly what the card says on this one to get this right, okay? So you're all kind of in the right sphere there. You're in the right hemisphere with this answer, but it's not the right answer.
Not quite the right wording.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're all orbiting around the same answer, but it's got to be written a certain way.
Oh, has Chris got it? I think Chris has got it.
That's wrong.
Oh, is it? Is it? I thought that was.
That's wrong.
It was. Okay.
That's wrong. Nope. Nobody's gotten it so far yet. Tom Liverani gets the point. Mr. and Mrs. Paul McCartney is how it's credited.
Good shout, Tom.
Good one, Thomas. I was waiting for somebody to get that one right. Come on. Paul and Linda, Mr. and Mrs. McCartney. Most of you all had it, but they had to throw the Mr. and Mrs. Paul in there as well. A good one.
Yeah.
I think we've got a dark horse there in Tom Liverani. Come on, Tom.
He's coming up on the outside now.
He is. It's like the damn Derby. It's like watching the Derby all over again.
He's on 3 points. The top score is still only 5. So
all right. So I've just pulled this out random, but we're not going to answer this one because this is not a level 5 hard question. We're not going to read this one. Where was the last Beatles photo session held? That is that's a piece of cake question, and they have that as a 5th one. That card's out. Gone.
In discuss.
Because we know it. Because we all know it. We're gonna bin that one. Ooh. Huh. Okay. No, I don't like that one either. Okay. Here we go. Who was the bass player for John's band, the Quarrymen, for 6 weeks, beginning in the summer of 1959, which happens to be a good Paul McCartney B-side? Who was the bass guitar player for the Quarrymen for 6 weeks in the summer of 59? I would have said that too. But that's wrong. Poor Lynn, she's like, all I want is just an easy question. Like what album, what song closes A Hard Day's Night? No. Jive the Ive? No. No Chaz Newby? I would have said Chaz Newby myself. Nope. No. Susan says she's fading fast. Come on there. Come on, girl. Just stay in the race. Come on. Mr. Byers. He's got it right. Hopefully he didn't Google it.
Oh.
It's Ken Brown. That is the correct answer. So give it a point to Mr. Byers.
Okay.
What's our tally now, Beatley Tone?
Okay, so Chris and James Byers are on 5. Susan's on 4. Jeff's on 2. Mike Jasper's on 2. Just say Tom Liverani's on 3.
Okay.
Brad's on 1. Andrew's on 2. Nick's on 1. And Lynn's on 1/3 of a point.
All right. On we go. On we go. Solo. Yeah, baby. Okay. Okay. Who sang lead on the Apple single of John and Yoko's song, God Save Us? Who sang lead on the Apple single of John and Yoko's God Save Us, or God Save Oz, if you've seen it, if you listen to John's version of it? Jeff, you were so close, but Mark has it.
Close.
So close, Jeffrey. Bill Elliott.
Mark's got it.
Give Jeffrey half a point because he
half a point for
give him a half point. Bill Elliott.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Elliott. Always thought John should have put that out on his own. right?
Yeah. We got a version with John singing it, didn't we? Was it on the Imagine box? I think it was.
That and initially on the John Lennon anthology in '98.
Yes.
That was the first time that we got that appearance of that. And I was like, oh, this could have been a really good song in his own right, but he gave it away for, I think he was helping one of those underground newspapers or something at the time. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, look, that was a tough one. Okay. Let's go on. Where do we stop? Back to America. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's sample some questions here and see how easy they are. Okay. Okay. All right. What two cities did the Beatles play on the same day during their final U.S. tour? What two cities did the Beatles play on the same day during their final U.S. tour? So they did 2 gigs in a day. Where did that happen? What 2 cities? What about a multiple choice question? I'll look for one. I promise I'll look for one. No. No. Good guesses. These are all incorrect. And we have a winner. There's that dark horse coming around the bend.
It's Tom.
It's Tom Liverani. Yeah. Cincinnati, Crosley Field, and St. Louis, Busch Stadium. Well, see, he's being honest, see, which is what we like here. Because anybody could just Google it, right? But that's in the spirit of it.
Yeah, it's no fun if you Google it.
No
pride in getting it right if you Google it. So
no. Thank you, James, for your honesty. We appreciate that. I wouldn't have known that without Googling it.
No.
Not a hope in hell.
Nor me. I didn't even know they ever played 2 gigs in one day.
In one day, no.
Yeah.
That's what. See, it's
in
always
America, anyway.
In America, anyway. It's always educational here on Two Legs. And
oh yes.
Water. Solo. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna find something for Lynn here. I'm thinking about you, girl. I'm trying to help you out. Okay, Lynn, come on now. This is an easy question. John's song Mind Games evolved from bits of 2 earlier compositions recorded as demos. What were they? Mind Games evolved as a song from 2 piano demos of John's circa 1970. What are they? Now, one you should know right off the top of your head, and one is a little bit more not as well known. But if you know Lennon, if you know your Lennon history, you should know this one. No,
I think Jeff's got it.
No, Jeff's half right.
Half right. Okay.
So, and Andrea has one of them, but there's 2. Okay, sorry. All right, so Lynn, if I'm looking for a question for you, what do you want? You want to be Paul-centric, Beatles-centric? What? I'm trying to help you out, girl. You tell me. And Mr. Byers got it.
That was it. Yeah.
Yes, it's Make Love, Not War, and then also I Promise. Yep. No, I Promise. And if you listen to I Promise, it kind of goes to this, like there's verses and verses and verses, and all of a sudden it goes into that, love is the answer, and you know that for sure. And then Make Love Not War was that's how the genesis of Mind Games came together. So, all right. Is James Byers got 4 now, Tony?
He's got 6.
Is he the lead now?
He's in the lead.
So 6, and where are we at then? Where's Susan and Tom Liverani and
Chris Albert's got 5.
Okay.
Susan's got 4. Tom Liverani's got 4. And everyone else has got less than that.
All right. So here's what we're going to do, just so you all know what we're going to be doing timing-wise. It's about 1:45 here on the East Coast. We are going to go until about 1 o'clock with the trivia, and then we'll probably wrap it up. All right, just to kind of give you a time frame of what we're doing. We're going to stay on for another 15 minutes playing trivia because we've been on the air for an hour already, and we'll call it a day here on Sunday. So That gives you 15 minutes, and then you can hang on and still enjoy the rest of your Sunday. James didn't know all that till the Mind Games Madness last year. Interesting. I've always, because going back to the John Lennon anthology, they both were on there. I Promise and The Make Love Not War were on that. So that's what the first time you heard the snippets of what that could become back then. Moving on. It froze. Oh, movies. This is the toughie tough. All right. Okay. Oh. In the movie A Hard Day's Night, who tells the TV director that he is the group's musical arranger? Do you know, Tony?
I think I do, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm right.
Who tells the TV director that he is the group's musical arranger? Bit of an easy one, I think, if you think on it.
Yeah.
Susan is back in the game.
Yes, that's it.
Susan's back in the game. Brad gets a point.
Brad.
Who's that little old man?
Now I've got an issue.
What's the issue now? James
Because earlier in the game, I've just written Brad 1 point, but I'm not sure whether that was Brad Hill or Brad Parnell. So let me know.
Give him. Well, if you can figure out who it was.
Yeah.
Two Brads here.
If we've got two, I should have written Brad H and Brad P.
Two Brads.
Yeah.
All right. I think Jeff said he's catching out. Jeff is going to catch the Indy 500. He'll watch the later. Jeff, always a pleasure to have you on the Sunday show. Thank you.
See you, Jeff.
Brad Hill is referring to the painting point.
Okay, so that was Brad Hill. So this is
Brad P. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Got it. Who else has got it? James.
Chris, but the right answer is Mr. and Mrs. Paul McCartney. That's why I didn't say it, because that wasn't the right answer. You got to have the word Paul in there. That's what said. That was the answer on the card. Right. You got it now? Okay. All right. Moving on. Back to America. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, these are a little bit too tough. We got to make these a little easier for everybody. Okay. I'm trying to find a good one here. These are tough, man. Huh. What hotel doctor who treated George asked for an autographed picture of the group? I'm not asking that one because that's too difficult.
Yeah.
I'm not asking that one. No way. Oof. These are tough. Okay, here's one. Here's an easy one. In what LA area neighborhood did the Beatles rent a mansion during their first US tour? So what city in LA did they stay in when they were there? What LA area neighborhood did the Beatles rent a mansion in during their first US tour, which would have been in the summer of '64? We have a winner. We have multiple winners. Both Brads got the right answer.
Okay.
Bel Air and Mr. Byers as well also gets it right. Good guess, Mike Waljasper, Blue Jay Way. All right. These are tough, man. Now I know why we haven't touched this game in 15 years, because some of the questions are too tough. I'm going to spin the wheel, Tony, make sure if anybody else gets the right answer, because when I do that, I can't see the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to America. It loves America. All right. Okay. Okay. Who was the press agent in charge of the Beatles' first American press conference? You know this name. You've read it in books. You know it. And no, it's not Derek Taylor. It's not Derek Taylor. Who was the press agent in charge of the Beatles' first American press conference? If we get nobody with a right answer, no, not Taylor. That's the obvious choice. He's another part of Epstein's entourage, though. No, good guess. Susan's back in it. Right answer, Brian Somerville. Very good, Susan. She is not going down without a fight.
She's not.
Woo, that was a good. I didn't think anybody was going to get that one right. Good answer. And Nat Weiss is a very good guess too, because he was the attorney, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a lawyer, wasn't he?
Yeah. Spin the spinner. Call the shot. Twister ties you up in a knot. What are you, a songwriter now too? No more America. I want another category. Songs. Okay. Categories that might be a little more easier for our viewers here. Come on. Let's go. All right. Oh, okay. Here's a pretty good one. Songs. What instrument was played on Love You Too by Anil Bhagwat, credited on the Revolver album called? So what's the instrument played on Love You Too? What is the name of that instrument? Lynn says, this is how I remember the game being, and none of us could get any of the questions. Okay, we got some answers here.
And Andrea
D, Brad Parnell, Susan Gagney,
Brad Hill, yeah.
Brad Hill, yeah. Susan and Brad, and Lee Sana, Tabla,
and Mike.
And that was a level 5 question, that one. James Byers, Christopher, and Chris Talbot, all get this one right. This was what we say here in the States was a cookie. I'm going to throw you a cookie or a bone. Yeah. All right. What's the tally now, Tony?
Okay, so James has got 8. Susan has got 7. Chris has got 6. And everyone else is kind of. Andrew's got 3. Brad Hill's got 3. Tom's got 3. Mike's got 3. Brad Parnell has got 3. And everyone else has got less than that. And Lynn has got 1/3 of a point.
Okay, Lynn, we're gonna get you a full point. Trying. I think songs would be the best category for her. Solo. Back to the solo careers.
What do you think? What do you think? Now we're getting to the the crux of the competition. We only give a point to the first person to answer. What do you reckon?
In other words, you have to be the first.
Your quiz.
You have to be the first one right to get the point. And now we're not just going to give it all. Yeah.
Now we're getting to the climax. We're getting to the climax. It's neck and neck. It's now biting. It's got
because
it's fingers on buzzers.
It's fingers on buzzers. We've got 7 minutes left before we end the trivia. So we might as well. So now you've got to be live. You've got to be ready. You've got to be the first one in to get this right, to get the answer. Because now we've got to really thin the pack out now. So we've got to think about the questions. So, all right. Nick is back. I have a good tie-breaking question. I've got about 8,000 questions on my table right here, but I think I'm good, Nick. But send it over, text it over if you want. This way it's not on the screen. Okay, so you've got to be the first one in to do it. We're doing solo stuff. All right, let me look here. I'm trying to find a good question. Okay, here we go. What was the early working title for George Harrison's album Living in the Material World? What was the working title for Living in the Material World? Okay, whoever's ever got it first gets the point. Yes, I know the internet runs at different speeds, James, but I'm not an internet service provider. No.
But you can have more than one go, I suppose.
You can have more than one go. Yeah, if you got it wrong, you can answer again. But so far, all wrong so far. Please no Googling. But we can't tell if you do anyway. Let's see. No, good guess though, Tom. No. Anthony is right. Anthony, welcome to the game. Welcome to the show. Don't see you on here that often, but yes, the magic is here again. That is the correct answer.
Well done.
Well done. Okay.
He's got George as his avatar, so he's
he's
a George expert.
He's a George expert, so all right. Nick just texted me. Let me look at it. I like the question. Give me the answer. Because if I wasn't hosting this show right now, I could probably get it, but I can't process all that. You got to give me the answer. Lynn says, as an ordinary Beatles fan, I wondered back in the day who could possibly answer any of those questions. Now I know. Oh, he's got such good questions. This bloke, we like it. All right, we're gonna save that one. If we draw Solo again, I'll ask that question. Okay, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Back to movies. Okay, movies. The orange card. Okay. This is not a bad. This is an easy one. You think about it. Okay. In A Hard Day's Night, what book is on a Beatles? Let me read that again. In A Hard Day's Night, what book is a Beatles road manager shown reading on the train? So think of the two managers in the film, right? Norm and Shake. One of them is reading a book. What book is it? Do you know it, Tony?
No, not a clue.
Oh, I thought you were laughing because you got it. Mark gets it. He was the first to chime in. He gets the point. Mark, Son of Mad.
James also. Oh no,
it's not.
First point. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 3 minutes left, and so we've got to get it through. We've got to give people chances to catch up.
Yeah.
And try to win here. While I'm doing this, Tony, where do we stand? Who's trailing in the top?
Okay, so James is heading the pack at the moment.
Okay.
With 8 points. Susan's on 7. Chris is on 6. And I think everyone else is on 3. Not everyone, but Brad P, Brad H, Tom Liverani, Mike Waljasper, and Mark have all got 3.
Okay, we spun the wheel. We've got movies again. Back to A Hard Day's Night. In A Hard Day's Night, what word does George use to describe a new line of shirts shown to him when he's looking at the shirts?
Oh, that one I do know.
What's the word he uses to describe the shirts? Jeffrey gets it.
I thought you'd gone, Jeff.
He came back.
Okay.
Grotti. Dead Grotti.
Yeah.
Short for grotesque.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, he stole that one from somebody. All right.
He did.
2 minutes left. We're going to keep going. Back to songs. All right. Songs. Here we go. Pull a card. Any card. Okay. This is an easy one. This is a level 5 question. I'm going to answer it anyway in the spirit of getting some points out for people. You all should know this one. Everybody, Lynn, even you should know this one, please. According to the Abbey Road recording log, what was the initial title of Tomorrow Never Knows known as? This is easy.
I'm watching that. I'm watching those comments coming in. Who's going to get it?
Easy.
It is an easy one.
No. Jeff again. Jeff again. Mark 1. Mark 1 is the right answer.
Jeff is coming in with a late sprint now. He's
1
on,
minute.
He's on 4.5 points.
Now, I think it later became known as the Void, but it was Mark 1 to start. All right. We've got 1 minute left. We're going to spin the wheel for one question and maybe one bonus one, which was Nick Syret's. No, we're not doing movies again. Too many movies. No, we ain't doing movies again. Spinning the wheel. Sorry. Override. Movies again. No. Stop with the movies. Come on. America. Okay, America, and then we're going to ask Nick Syret's to close it out. Okay. Here we go. America. Oh, these are tough. Huh. Oh, hold on. I know we've just hit 1 o'clock, but I've got to find a decent one here. These are tough questions. All right, here we go. What 2 songs did the Beatles close their first American concert with? So you're thinking Washington Coliseum, yeah? What 2 songs did the Beatles close their first American concert with? Okay. They're both covers. I'll tell you that. They're not originals. I'll give you that much of a hint. And Liverani gets it. Long, Tall Sally and Twist and Shout is the correct answer. That, my friends, is gonna do it. Tony, while you tally everything up, I'm gonna clean the cards up and get ready for Nick's bonus question.
Okay.
So we're gonna close out the formal trivia now with the cards. We are gonna read Nick's trivia question because it is a good one. It's just as a fun bonus one as we close this out.
Are we giving points for it, or is it over now, or is
we're going to give points for Nick's question as a bonus. We've stopped the game. We got one last question. I'm going to stop screen sharing. Okay. Well, can you tally everybody up now while we get ready for this last question?
Is it one of those multi-answer questions?
Yes, it is.
Should we give the points, because it could change? It could make it an exciting finish. Could change the whole. No, probably not, because I think whoever's winning. I was going to say give a point for each answer. So, if the first person that gets all, however many answers there are, pick up that amount of points, and then.
Oh, so yeah, this question is worth 2 points.
Okay.
Because there's 2 answers to it. Okay.
Okay.
So, and it's worth 2 points. So, what's the tally at right now? This could make or break something.
Right. Okay. So, in reverse order. Chris Talbot is on 6 points. Susan Gagney is on 7, and James Byer is leading the pack with 8.
Okay, so in theory, if Susan got this, she would tie it, and we would need a tiebreaker question.
Yeah.
Right? It could happen. All right. Well, thank you, Nick. We're going to close out the first edition of the Sunday Live Chat Trivia Edition with a question from the Trivia Czar himself, our good friend and mad collector, Nick Syret, our American/Brit friend. Here we go. Name a Beatles song and a solo song that both reference the same nursery rhyme, and name that nursery rhyme. Ooh. Ooh. Name a Beatles song and a solo song that both reference the same nursery rhyme, and name the nursery rhyme. Now, I would have gotten this eventually but it requires some thinking. This is a good question, man. Lynn's rooting for a tie. She wants it to continue. Yeah. I'm going to put it in the comments here in case people need to see it written. Okay. I'm going to type it here. Just give me a minute. Song and a solo song that both reference the same nursery rhyme. The same nursery rhyme. And name the nursery rhyme. So I need 2 songs and the nursery rhyme. So I really need 3 answers. So this is really a 3-point question. This is really a 3-point question. Here we go. So, me too, Nick. There it is. So I need 3 answers here. I need the song, the 2 songs, and the nursery rhyme. And everybody's saying Frère Jacques. That is not right. That is not right. Susan's got no idea. Wow. We're going to give it a few more minutes. We're going to give it another minute or 2. Should we? All right. Should we give a clue then? Let me give another minute. No good to copy anyone either. No. All right. So things are pretty quiet in the comments. Here's a clue for you all. The Beatles song is from the White Album. The Beatles song is from the White Album. One of my favorites, Mrs. Beatley-Tone, as you know. The Beatles song is from the White Album. I'm going to bet Tom Liverani gets it. That's my odds are on him. I think he's going to get it. It's maybe not a fair question for you. Why not? You know the nursery rhyme when you hear it. Okay, Jeff, you are partly right. And I need the nursery rhyme, too. I need 3 answers. It's quiet. I think people are waving the white flag. Do you all give up? And you want me to just give you the answer that Nick has given me? Let me know.
I think so.
Okay. We're getting somewhere. Okay. It's a nursery rhyme. Okay. But she can't even find it on Google. All right. Okay. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere now. We've got a couple of individual right answers, but not everything. Living on a prayer. What are you winding me up? Winding me up.
Oh, we're halfway there. Oh,
yeah,
we've got curly hair.
All right, so Lynette has got it. The nursery rhyme is "Sing a Song of Sixpence," which is "Cry Baby Cry." The nursery rhyme "Cry Baby Cry" has that. John wrote that song with that nursery rhyme in mind. Now it's also referenced again on Double Fantasy. What John song on Double Fantasy references this?
Oh God, it's
you know it now, right?
I think so, yeah.
No.
You got to think. Don't think of sing a song of sixpence. Think of other lyrics in that rhyme that appear.
Yes.
In a John Lennon song on Double Fantasy. Yeah.
Bingo.
Chris
gets the song. So, but nobody got all 3 parts of it, you see?
Yeah.
So, Nick, can you, if you're still in the chat, can you please give the viewers the reference point now if they don't understand either of them, why and how they're connected? Now that we know what it is, it's "Cry Baby Cry," "Clean Up Time," and the nursery rhyme "Sing a Song of Sixpence," and they're connected. Can you please tell us in the comments why they're connected? Yeah. It was a very tough one.
Yeah, Nick doesn't mess about.
No, he does not.
James. He doesn't want people to get the answer.
No. So let's let Nick comment on it, and then we'll close it out. So who's won then, Tony?
Well, as it stands, if we're saying no points
Awarded
from that question, then it is James with 8 points. James Byers with 8 points.
Okay. So Nick says, well, he draws lyrics for both from the nursery rhyme. So in cleanup time, the king is in the counting house counting all the money. The prince is in the kitchen making bread and honey. There's the connection, right?
Mm.
Yeah. James Byers, who joined late, wins. Wow. James, I don't think you're in our Discord. So do me a favor and send me an email on the Two Legs email, and I will send you a link to join our Discord, which is usually a Patreon thing. But hey, it's a bonus. Now you can be part of our online community that is connected 24/7, where we share music and all kinds of stuff on there. So send me an email at twolegspodcast@gmail.com, and I'll send you the link to join our Discord. So thank you. And congratulations. And well done. Condolences to Susan, who she stormed out of the gate early. Yeah. She really did. I thought early on it was going to be her. I really did. I thought the dark horse there, my fellow East Coaster, New York, New Jersey guy, Tom Liverani, I thought he would pull it out. I'm glad that you enjoyed the quiz. I think I'm going to make it weekly. Maybe not this long, but maybe a segment of the live the live show will be just a random 10 or 15 minute thing where we have fun with these. If you like it, if you think it was a good idea, you want to do it again, we'll do it again. Well, I would like to make it part of the Sunday show. Again, maybe not the whole show, but maybe a small part of it, whether I do it myself or Tony. But it's good having Tony on there to help me tally everything. It's good to do that.
My pleasure, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Send me an email and I'll send you the link. But I think it's fun. It's a fun way to learn, remember things and go, oh shoot, I didn't know that, or I forgot that. It's a good way to, it improves it. So it looks like the early returns said that they liked the trivia on Sunday, the live trivia. And I've been on Ken Michaels' trivia show, which was recorded, and I won 5 times, and I wasn't invited back because I maxed out my wins. But I think a live trivia segment of the Sunday show is a nice new addition to what I do here on Sundays. So if you all like it, and let's do it again. Yeah. Those of you that are Patreon and supporters of Two Legs, we've got a listening party this week, Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern, 12:30 a.m. British Summer Time. Sorry, Tony and Kim. We're doing a listening party of the Explorers edition of Egypt Station. Not the whole album, but primarily the main album cuts that most of us all like, and with an emphasis on the bonus tracks that were on that album. Frank Sinatra's Party, Get Enough, all that stuff. So that's going to be fun on Wednesday night at 7:30 on Discord. So those of you that are on there, we'll see you all on that. And if you're not, you'd like to be, check out our Patreon, and we've got the tiers to join that as well too. So, all right. I'm going to spend during the week, I'm going to look at some of these questions, and maybe we'll dial it back and ask some really, really easy ones. So before we hang up, I'll just show you guys, like, I just pulled another random one out. Okay. A level 1 question. Who sang Lead on Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite? Lynn, you know that one, right? Let me let her answer. We'll tweak it. But it was a lot of fun doing this, and I really want to do it again. And I'm happy to have everybody do it. Yeah, it was. And hey, if you win next week and you're not in our Patreon, you'll get a nice invitation to join it for winning it. Okay, John Lennon. Yes, you got it. Okay, you have a chance. So, yes, thank you, Nick. Go Knicks tonight. Yes, indeed. So we are going to wind down the show. Beatly Tone, we have a new show coming in this week. Don't we? We're recording, aren't we?
We do. And when are we recording it? Is it tomorrow?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, look for a new episode of Hands Across the Water this week, where we come up with our own best of Let It Roll compilation, what really should be out as a George compilation. We'll each give our own lists of what we want individually, and then in true Hands Across the Water fashion, we'll collaborate and agree to disagree on what we have to have in there to make one unique Let It Roll playlist that represents what Tony likes, what Kyle likes, and what I like to be. So there'll be 4 playlists. So that'll be coming out this week as well. Tony, what about you on your channel? What have you got? What have you got cooking?
I'm not sure actually at the moment. I'm not sure what my next video is. I've got a couple of things lined up, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to choose. It depends on how much time I've got this week, because one is considerably less time than the other. So yes, be something coming from me this week. But yeah, the hands across the water thing, you know, George has been served so poorly with compilations. We're going to put that right. We're going to put that right, and
we certainly
with the ultimate George Harrison compilation.
And hopefully the estate takes notice of our wonderful podcast. Soon as my partner's back and on the mend, we'll have a 2-leg show recorded, probably posted for this week. Topic and time to be determined, but we're probably most likely going to have a show again this week on Saturday as well. So that'll do it for the Sunday live show. Thanks for playing, everybody in the comments who were here today. I'm not going to highlight you all because you all know who you are, and you join me just about every Sunday to enjoy and hang and talk and geek out and added a new wrinkles for some fun today. So thank you all for being here. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you, Thank you all to everybody who has served our country, and bank holiday. Enjoy your bank holiday in the UK there. Although every day is a holiday, Tony, for you now because you're retired.
It is. But happy Memorial Day, America.
Thank you. And that'll do it for the Sunday live show. Everybody enjoy your long weekend. Have a great time. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your families. And as always, enjoy the music. See you next time. Take care.
Cheers, everyone.